Finally today, family is such an important part of this holiday, and I think this next story demonstrates so well that family doesn't have to be blood relations.
It is a stretch to say there are 25 residents in Crawford, Oklahoma. Still, it was no surprise when several times that number gathered in the community, celebrating the 40th birthday of Eric Coogle, nicknamed the Mayor of Crawford.
Eric is a very social person. He loves to be around kids. He loves to be around other people.
Nyla Coogle is Eric's mother and caregiver.
He never waits for someone to speak to him first. He's always the first one there and to tell them hi and give them a big old smile.
That smile is famous in these parts. It is more genuine than most and belies levels of fortitude and resolve that is apparent to anyone who knows him.
Eric has cerebral palsy with both athetoid and spastic characteristics. One is too much movement and one is kind of a stiff characteristic.
This leaves Eric's body in perpetual motion, but forces him to fight for control. It affects his mobility and his language skills, but not his mind, and certainly not his attitude.
I've had a lot of mentors, a lot of people who's affected my life, but Eric Coogle has changed my life for the better.
Rick Garrison was superintendent of Cheyenne Public Schools and Nyla's boss when she lost their daytime caregiver. Rather than giving up a valuable employee, he suggested she bring Eric to work and see how it went.
I call him the assistant superintendent now. I mean, he kind of takes care of a lot of things that you don't think he really does take care of. He's a hall monitor. He goes outside and takes care of the grounds, and so, you know, being in the condition he does, he brings a lot of value to our school, and he's really been an unexpected blessing.
And that is the point. By including Eric in the daily life of the school, it is the school that was changed.
What Eric has gained doesn't measure up in any magnitude to what he's given to our school and community. He sees himself in the John Wayne movie True Grit, where John Wayne's sitting high on the horse and he puts the reins in his mouth and he draws out his 6 shooters and he stares down the 4 bad guys, and that's really how Eric Coogle sees himself. He's larger than life, and a guy that he can't talk very well. His body has denied him in several ways, but yet he sits high on that horse, and man, he takes on the bad guys every day.
He's on the lookout every day when my kiddos leave for lunch, making sure they're not doing what they're not supposed to be doing, and hot rodding in the parking lot. Boy, he'll be the first one to come tell me on them when they do that.
Cheyenne High School principal, Whitney Moore.
He cares, and he gets really upset when he thinks someone is not doing what is right. And it just really, it gets to him, it really bothers him. Some people can look the other way and think, it's not my problem, that's not my business, but Eric wants to be involved because he cares.
Still, the biggest impact Eric has on this school is from being there every day, a fixture in these children's lives.
He's put a positive attitude throughout the school, and when you see Eric, you just always get in a better mood. He makes you happy because he always says hi to you, makes your day better.
Joshua Montgomery grew up next door to Eric.
To me, Eric's just another person. Yeah, he has that, but to me, it's just nothing that's really holding him back. I still think he's just a normal person, just out there having fun. I just see him as a good friend, like I see all my other friends.
There's one little boy in particular that was scared to death of Eric. I mean, if Eric was anywhere close, he was so scared. And now he comes by every day after school wanting to know where Eric is, and how's Eric, and what's he doing.
They see the challenges he faces every day, and they interact with him, and they don't, you know, some kids don't ever interact with people that face challenges and don't know how to interact with them, and our kids do.
Eric Coogle spreads joy as he rides high down these hallways. In doing so, he banishes stereotypes, fear, and anxiety.
It warms your heart You know, to think that what he does makes a difference in somebody else's life, you know.
Eric Coogle, a humble cowboy riding high in the saddle.
Well, joining me now is our Austin Moore. So, Austin, how'd you find Eric?
Well, this is where I have to give up any pretense of having journalistic distance here. Eric Coogle and I have been friends since 6th grade. In fact, Rob, I want you to take a look at this video. This is the Cheyenne High School class of 1994, right? Small class. This is Eric Coogle, and that's me.
A much, let's say, lighter and less hairy.
Very much so, very much so. But the impact that Eric and his family, and this is the guy we called Hot Rod back in high school, the impact they had on my classmates and I, it was phenomenal. It changed who we were as people spending every day with him. So when I found out that he was back in the high school, I knew that was a story we had to share.
Oh, we're certainly glad that you did. Merry Christmas to you.
Merry Christmas.